Hi everybody, Nate Martin here with you on the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to that. I definitely would appreciate that. A friend of mine suggested that I actually launch a sports channel on my YouTube, so I will do just that. It will feature my opinions and commentary on some of the things that went on during the day, including the new college football rankings that were just released. And believe me, I was not happy with the way the results came down as far as the rankings were concerned. But then again, as I said earlier on Facebook, they have 2 weeks to get this right. And I have a feeling before the final rankings do come out, before the New Year's 6 bowl games, that they will eventually get it right. So right now they have Alabama's number one. By the way, I don't think anybody's going to beat Alabama this year. We can pray for Ohio State and Michigan fans' sake. They are doing just that. They are praying that somehow, some way, Alabama slips up. But right now, just not seeing it. But what was a little bit of a surprise to me is Ohio State jumped up to number 2. I find that quite interesting simply because they lost to Penn State. And that was a bad loss because it dropped them from number 2 in the rankings all the way down to number 8 in the rankings. But somehow Ohio State found a way to rose back up. And they're right back in the hunt of it as far as the college football playoff is concerned. But this puzzles me a little bit as to where they have it 3 and 4 right now, because they have the University of Michigan at number 3 right now in the latest poll, and they have Clemson right now at number 4 in the same poll. So my question to you, and I'll post this out to the YouTubers and fans out there, make sure you comment down below, why in the world would you have Michigan basically get rewarded for having a loss, especially to an Iowa team that I felt that Michigan should have beat? I'm going to tell you this right now. Michigan should beat Iowa. And also, too, what are your feelings on Ohio State jumping all the way up to number 2? Now, granted, if they win out, as far as the tiebreakers are concerned, they're not even going to get to the Big Ten championship game, which is why that Michigan loss actually hurts Ohio State in the long run. But we shall see. I'm going to bring up the rest of the top 25 rankings before we get to talking NFL here in just a second. Let's tell you where things shake out as far as the rankings in the top 25 are concerned. And let's go ahead and do that right now. But yeah, Ohio State and Michigan both in the top 4. Not sure I'm seeing any sense in that while everybody's going, well, Nate, who in the world do you replace them with? Well, I would replace Clemson with Louisville because Louisville's playing really good football right now. But I'm not sure I would put Washington back in the top 4. I don't know if I put Wisconsin there, because right now Louisville's 5th, Washington 6th, and Wisconsin 7th. The rest of the top 10 in the college football playoff rankings are Penn State, who's 8-2, 9th is Oklahoma, and 10th is Colorado. Interesting to see where that one will shake out, but then again, like I said on Facebook, they have 2 weeks to get this right. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to talk for a little bit more here before I eventually sign off about the National Football League. Hard to believe we're going to be in week number 11. And in the not too distant future, Thursday Night Football is going to be ramping it up once again. But the Browns once again lost last week to the Ravens 28-7 on Thursday night. And the Browns, my opinion, did not look good doing it. But they'll have another chance to get that first win of the year. Matter of fact, I think this is the last week for the Browns before the bye week. That's the good news. The bad news is they're hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. And if any if it's any team that the Steelers can right the ship against, it is the Cleveland Browns. Steelers are 4-5 heading this game. Browns are 0-10. So you know Coach Tomlin over in Pittsburgh is probably going to be on a short leash. But we shall see. Lions are in first place right now in the NFC North. They're going to take their 5-4 record into their home game with Jacksonville coming up this week. And the Bengals, Bengals had a bad loss on Monday night to the New York Giants. We'll see how they rebound against the 4-5 Buffalo Bills, because nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. So we'll see what happens there. Had a good night with Meet the Winter Bulldogs last night. Got to introduce the teams, and really I'm looking forward to everything that's going to be going on in boys and girls basketball, swimming, wrestling, and gymnastics. And of course, for all things Bulldogs related, make sure you log on to DefiantCitySchools.org. NBA's hopping. It's very busy this time of year. Cavaliers won again on Tuesday night. So we'll see if they can make a back-to-back run to the NBA Finals. We shall see. It's going to be an interesting year in the NBA. NHL Blue Jackets are playing really well. Cam Atkinson scored in overtime on Tuesday night to get the win against the Washington Capitals 2-1. So those are my thoughts on the sports world. Don't forget, on the Younger Broadcasting Radio Network, I'll be over in Napoleon as the Marysville Pilots actually will be taking on the Patrick Henry Patriots. And I have a feeling quite a few people from Defiance in Northwest Ohio and Napoleon and the surrounding areas. Charles Buckenmeyer Stadium is going to be packed. I mean, really packed. So we shall see what happens. Anyways, I'm going to get off of here. Don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Write some comments, please. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all down the road over at Defiance High School and wherever else I may be. Alright, don't forget Lady Bulldogs basketball coming up a week from Friday against Napoleon. And the boys basketball team opens up at home against Maumee on Saturday, December 3rd. Thanks for watching, YouTubers, and we will talk to you again soon. Thanks.